hearing about how they did not prepare for their trip and how they were really regretting it. So that's why I'm sharing these tips today, and I'm hoping that they will be able to help you in preparing for your trip. And hey everyone, welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for tuning in today. My name is Megan Nicole, and today I'm going to walk you through 3 things that you're going to need to consider if you're planning on taking a trip or a vacation to Walt Disney World. Now, before we get into it, if you would hit that subscribe button below, you can get and stay updated on all things going on in my channel, and go ahead and hit that thumbs up button if you are planning on taking a trip or a vacation to Disney World and you're watching this video as a way to prepare. So thank you for watching, and let's get into it. Now, for those of you who follow me on social media, you'll have seen recently that I've been posting a lot about the fact that I have recently just become a Disney pass holder, and it's something that I've been super excited about and have already been able to enjoy a lot. I've had the pass for about 2 weeks now, and I've already been able to go to the parks a bunch of times, and I feel like just in this 2 weeks I've been able to just learn a lot about what it is to go to Disney and different things that you should or shouldn't do whenever going. So and I've just seen in my time of being able to go, I have seen a lot of families and heard from a lot of families, whether it's standing in lines or just passing by them in the park, just hearing about how they did not prepare for their trip and how they were really regretting it. So that's why I'm sharing these tips today, and I'm hoping that they will be able to help you in preparing for your trip and just making your Disney trip the best that it can be. Now, the first thing I'm going to share with you is probably just the most important, but I'll share it first, is that you should plan everything ahead of time, everything. Now, it's okay if you want to change a few things around, but at least if you have a plan laid out and listed out or something scheduled already ahead of time, it's going to make a huge difference with your trip. You know, you spend so much money on these trips to Disney that it's worth it, worth your time a little bit to put some time into and create a schedule for yourself, what you want to do when you're actually at the park. So some things to consider are ticket options. There are so many different ticket options, whether you want to do a single park day, a park hopper day, if you want to get like a package deal. Figure out what ticket it is that you want to choose and what works best with what it is you're going to do, or how long you're going to be traveling down at the park. Now, with these different ticket options, I would say the 2 main differences in some of the tickets are the standard park ticket and the park hopper ticket. Now, the standard ticket, you're only allowed admission to one park for a day, or the park hopper option kind of makes sense. You're able to hop around different parks, but it's important to know which ticket that you are going to purchase. I know, just a personal example, I was trying to get into a park the one day, and the family in front of me trying to get in was trying to scan their pass, you know, their ticket to try to get into the park, and the cast member was telling them that they had the standard ticket, that they didn't have the park hopper option, that they weren't allowed to get into the park. They could only spend the day at, I think it was Magic Kingdom that they were coming from. So know which park you have, because that made a huge difference, and that can make a huge difference in your day, because that family had just spent all the time trying to travel to the different park that they had just wasted all that because they couldn't end up getting into the park anyhow. So know which ticket option that you are going with. Now, another thing you're going to want to consider when taking your trip or vacation to Disney is that there are 4 theme parks at Walt Disney World, and each park is different in their own way. They either have a little bit different theme going on, different rides, different experiences. Every park is different in their own way. So you're going to want to look at what it is you're wanting to do on your trip and what you're going to want to go visit. So that could dictate what type of pass you want to get as well, or ticket, I mean, if you want to get the park hopper to, if you have only a certain amount of days, if you want to hop around the different parks, or if you want to spend just one day at each park. Each park is so big, there's so many things to do that it's so easy to spend a whole day or multiple days at a single park. But basically, it's going to be really important if you want to go and look up a map or a list of all the attractions, rides, experiences that are in each of the parks, and make a list of the priorities that you have of what you want to absolutely see when you're at the park. because that can make a huge difference just to make sure that you get in all that you want to see, because there's so much to do at the parks, and you're not going to want to miss your favorite or your most exciting experience that you want to go see there. So the second thing I'm going to talk about is also super important and something that I can't emphasize enough, and that is to take advantage of and utilize the fast passes that you are given. So Disney has this Fast Pass Plus system, I believe it's called, and fast passes are basically these passes that you're able to get. Everybody gets 3 fast passes per day, and these fast passes you're able to use to skip the long line. You basically scan your magic band or your ticket, whatever it is, and you go through the shorter line rather than waiting in the huge long line that there might be for a certain attraction or a certain ride. And using these fast passes can make or break your day as well, because there are certain rides that always have a super long wait time, and if that is a ride that you are going to want to ride, then you might have to wait a super long time to ride it. Whereas if you plan ahead of time and look and see what if there are fast passes available for it and get it, that can allow you to get on the ride quicker and save a whole lot of time in your day. And the way you're able to access these fast passes is through Disney's My Disney Experience app, and that is a great app. I love it. I have it on my phone, and you're able to link your ticket to your account that you're able to make, and you can go on and choose fast passes for yourself. There's a whole lot of other things that the app comes with. It has maps of each of the parks, and it shows a lot like live wait times that are currently happening at the park. It shows if you have a photo pass, it shows the different photos that you're able to take, whether it's on the rides or with characters or just in town, wherever it's at. You can see all your photo passes, but you can see your the fast passes in there as well. So the way you're able to schedule these fast passes depends on your experience being in the park. If you are planning on staying on site, whether that's like in a Disney property, a Disney hotel, you're able to make and schedule your fast passes 60 days before your trip that you're taking to Disney. But if you're staying off site, you can only make it 30 days in advance. But either way, fast passes are going to be available, and it's going to make a huge difference if you're able to get the fast pass that you want. And it would also be beneficial to go ahead and look online at the different rides that you're planning on riding and reviews on them, because some rides it's wise to get a fast pass for, but some don't necessarily need a fast pass because their wait times don't ever get super long. So for example, like if you're going to Magic Kingdom and you want to ride the Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, that ride always has a long wait time. No matter what, it always has a long wait time. So anytime that there's a fast pass available for that, that is a good one to get a fast pass for, because you can save a ton of time not having to wait in line to ride that ride, because it is a really great ride. But a ride that maybe wouldn't be as great to get a fast pass for would be the carousel that's at Magic Kingdom, or like It's a Small World. I love It's a Small World, but at the same time, its wait time is never super outrageous that it's not that it's bearable to still be able to wait in. What I like to do when thinking about scheduling fast passes, if I know I'm going to be at the park for a whole day, I'll get on the My Disney Experience app, I'll go and I'll try to plan out the fast passes that I want. But what I like to do, if it's a whole day experience that I'm going to be there for, I like to spread out the fast passes that I get. Now, sometimes that's not possible. You're going to have to go with what is available, but ideally what I like to do is I like to do a fast pass in the morning and then leave one in the early afternoon, and then do one in the late evening. That way it kind of breaks up your day, so that way if it is a super busy day, if you are going like in the middle of the summer when it's going to be super busy, then you at least have some time that you're able to move right through a line and not have to wait in a super long wait time. So I'll schedule one in the morning, mid-afternoon, and then one in the evening, just to kind of space out my day. And then in between that, make time and plan what you're going to do in between each fast pass, because you're going to want to make sure that you get to each fast pass that you have, because if you miss it, then you can't take advantage of it, and then you basically wasted a pass for the day. And each fast pass has an hour-long window that you're able to use it. So say that there was a fast pass for the Haunted Mansion at Magic Kingdom that happened at 5:50. It would be available for a whole hour until 6:50. But definitely use the fast passes no matter what you can get. I mean, definitely go for the rides that are longer wait times, but even if it's something that doesn't necessarily have a long wait time, it's nice to still be able to just zip through depending on how busy the park will be. But make the most of the fast passes you can get and plan around them, and yeah, plan the day that you have around it, whether you're going to eat or go shop or walk around and sightsee. Just take advantage of those fast passes. I can't stress it enough. And the last thing that I want to discuss is about bringing a backpack or some type of food with you when you go to the park. Now, I know a lot of people that don't necessarily like to carry a ton of things when going to the parks or bring a lot of stuff, but it is me personally, I think it is super convenient to have everything that you need when you go to the park, because once you get into the park, everything is super expensive at times, and it's just going to be so convenient for you to have your own stuff there. I know for myself, I never really wanted to bring anything to the parks. I was always kind of nervous about bringing a backpack because I didn't know where I was going to keep all my stuff whenever I was going on rides and things, but they've designed the rides in ways that it's very easy for you to bring a bag or like a backpack or something on the ride with you, whether they have a little compartment down in front, a little bag that kind of closes for the ride, or if you can just leave it on your lap or something, like if you're going on Pirates of the Caribbean, you can just leave it beside you or whatnot. They've designed the rides in a way that you're able to have the bag with you depending on what it is. But I would definitely say bring a bag, whether it's a jacket, depending on the time of year you're going, like a rain jacket, or bring sunscreen because it is Florida and it gets super hot at times, and well, okay, like most of the time, but it gets super sunny and everything. But another thing that I really enjoy doing and that I usually do is I bring my own lunch and food. I like to bring my own food, like my own lunch, not only because I like to save a little bit of money, but because I think it's super convenient to have your own food whether you're waiting in line or walking around and you don't have to wait in lines to get food. It's just super convenient for me to be able to just go in my backpack and pull out a quick snack so I can continue doing whatever I'm doing throughout the park. But I will say, if eating food at the parks, whether it's the little restaurants or just to-go stands, if you are planning on doing that, one thing that I think would be beneficial, I haven't tried it personally yet, but they have on the My Disney Experience app, they have a mobile order spot or button that you can click, and you can order your order ahead of time, and that is huge because at certain times you could just end up waiting in line to get food, but being able to use that mobile order would be huge, and that would also be able to save a ton of time for you, especially if you are traveling with a family. You don't have to wait in line with your family, and you can just go order it ahead of time and head on over and have the food ready for you and be able to eat right away. And those are all the tips I have for you today, guys, to plan ahead of time, to use your fast passes, I can't stress it enough, and to bring a backpack and some type of food. Visiting Disney is so fun. I love it so much. I'm so thankful to have the annual pass, and I've already enjoyed it so much already. But if you don't, there's so much to do at the parks that if you don't plan ahead of time, you can end up missing a lot and wasting a lot of your time. So definitely take the time, even if it is just a little bit, take the time to plan and schedule out your trip, because you're not going to regret it. It's going to be so worth it. So like I said at the beginning of the video too, guys, if you like what you see today, please feel free to hit subscribe down below to keep updated on all things going on my channel. One thing that I'm super excited about starting to do is I'm going to start vlogging some of my experiences in Disney and sharing with you how to do Disney in a day, how to do Disney in the evening, just different experiences that you can take advantage of when going to Disney. So hit subscribe, and you'll be able to stay up to date on all things going on my channel. And hit that like button if you liked what you saw today. And if you're planning a trip to Disney, let me know in the comments down below. And what park are you most excited to go to? I know that my favorite park probably is Magic Kingdom, and I love the Peter Pan ride. Definitely check that out. route if you're going to go, because that is definitely my favorite. So thank you so much for tuning in today. I'd love to see and hear from you guys. So hit up those comments below, and we'll see you soon.